They had the sound effect.
Yep. Oh, they have...
I got my eyes!
Bloom! Ah!
Natural light! Get it off me! Get it off me!
They have so many sound effects in here throughout the entire original series that just have stayed that 8-bit crunchiness.
As they should.
Yes.
Oh, got the music playing.
Come on, dear. You know where the castle is. Straight on now. Off you go. And remember to mind your manners. I won't have the king thinking you've been dragged up.
So, real quick.
I love your accent.
I'm gonna stop you because I know you're immediately going to do what you're immediately going to do.
Okay.
Just go into the castle, because if you try to leave, your mother will stop you, but if you try to leave enough, she'll just give up and let you wander the town, but your personality changes.
Oh.
You actually get a worse personality for it.
Oh.
So, it's best you just go in and go in and talk to people. And you can just explore the town later.
Which button is it? That one?
Yeah. If you want to, you can just go into the menu, the system setting now, and change that option, but that's up to you.
Oh, I can go back here.
Yeah.
Going into the castle the wrong way. Crap.
Check that barrel.
Hope I'm gonna talk to the lady.
Yep.
Sure. Ooh, a teleportal.
Not a teleportal.
Barrel. Oh boy.
So I'm going to tell you right now, in a fun twist of everything, there are just items laying all around towns.
They do give you a little, like, hey, press this button to interact, so you don't actually have to mash against everything, you can just kind of wander around.
Yeah, but here's the thing. They're not always in pots and barrels. Sometimes they're next to stuff, but you don't think it's there. It's just like you have to imagine like you're on a tile set. Because sometimes they can be next to a bench, sometimes they can just be in the middle of what looks like a tile set. And you just work from there. And now you can freely explore castle. You don't have to talk to King right away. So, feel free to walk around and immerse yourself in the castle. Also, this is what the castle looked like in the original NES. In case you're wondering how far elaborately we've come along.
Yeah, and you can
everything.
see, like, they got the little intro area here, and then you walk up here where there's, like, the grass on the side. Then you come up here where there's, like, the pillars leading up to the... Yeah, they got the pillars here on the side. Stairs up there in the middle. No door on the right, but there is a door over here. And this goes down to this little square area with this right here.
There's a pot there you can probably examine and an old guy to talk
I'm just
to.
comparing this right now. And they added a door on the bottom of that. The door used to be on the right.
Yeah. That's probably mostly for tile set stuff and what they could deal
And
with.
camera angle and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that leads into that room, and then you can go up here where there is another room. Or did they move it?
This is a treasure room, but there's also an outside area.
Yeah, the treasure room is up there, so...
Press Y. Y is your map button.
Oh, there we go.
So you can see it's even got the same general color scheme.
Okay, so they put the treasure room is there. Originally, the entrance to the treasure room was just, like, over here.
Yeah.
Is all it is. And that's probably just so you can, like, kind of see around a little bit better. And then you go up here, and there's a little area outside, and then this area leads over here to this little room. Like, it's effectively the same thing. Oh, you go in here. And then this goes in here, and it goes down really far. And this real long little thing.
Yeah, you're going down to the dungeons
And this
now.
goes down to the dungeon. Where there's a dungeon, and rats.
And this is the dungeon right here.
Yeah, and there's not much to it. You go over, there's 2 cells. That's about it. This leads down here to something.
It's a place that we could get to if we had some way to get into it, but we don't.
Yeah, so that's probably magic key or something to open that,
Yeah.
and that leads you somewhere else. Like, it's the same map.
Yeah, it's the same layout.
They've maybe moved, like, doors around a little bit here and there, just to account for a fixed camera angle,
Yeah.
and where maybe it would be a hard time seeing the door. Like, hey, if there was a door on this wall right over here, how visible would that be?
They do have, later on, they do have areas that do have doors on the side, but they usually have like a mat or something outside to very well make it assured. And also, if you check the map again, any of those green lines imply an entrance way, so even if you can't make it out via like the normal map, you can just figure it out via that. And that's your continental map.
I'll worry about that later.
So yeah, just wander around the castle, talk to who you want to talk to.
Yeah, there was a little stuff down here, another locked door. This is the other side of that door that we approached from the outside.
Yep.
Barge in that door.
You
Oh
found
boy, a
your
mini
first
medal.
mini medal.
Trade him for stuff.
You got 6 monies.
Gotta face smash everything. Hey, you.
I have no idea what a portmanteau is, even if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Dreamer's Tower. That'll be something to worry about later. A slime?
Well, the windows are transparent. You can see through
Yeah,
them.
you don't need that. And, like, this is a big area. This is where you do kind of need the run button. That rascal Kirk Buzzer! Is my inventory nearly as restrictive as it was in prior games?
First of all, talk to this guy.
A key that could open any normal lock?
So go pause, hit the X button. Go to items. See your item bag?
Yep.
Infinite storage space.
Aw, heck yeah.
And everything stacks too, so if you get like 1 medicinal herb, it stacks with medicinal herbs. It does not go 1 medicinal herb, 2 medicinal herb. Now, if you put it in your inventory, they do separate.
So do you just always have access to the item bag? Maybe not like in battles.
You have access to the item bag except in battles.
That
so
makes
if you
sense.
want specific items in your character's inventories to use for whatever reason, such as emergency healing or getting rid of status effects.
Yeah, so
or-
you want to be prepped for
Yeah.
fighting? Off you go now.
King's waiting for you.
No, I still got places to look, sorry.
Investigation. Lisp. She has a lisp.
I was gonna say, is she supposed to be a child? Because
is
she is taller than me.
She is technically, I think, younger than you. So it's definitely, but she has that, like, royal lisp thing. So it's like, I tried to sneak out the other day, but Daddy caught me. He's such more So here's a fun little fact about that whole opening there. That opening is different from what standard openings have been for the longest time. Because in the original Famicom game, there was no opening. You just went straight into, like, you start the game up, do the whole thing, go to the castle, and go talk to the king thing. In the NES opening, they had a cutscene of Ortega fighting a gargoyle-like creature in front of a volcano, and ended up tying with them, because you both fall into the volcano. And that's the last you see of him. And in later iterations, it gets expanded upon to where you basically see his entire journey up until the volcano happening.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why they mentioned they lost track of him at the volcano, because it kind of falls in. But for now, I'm assuming they're saving that for later. I'm not that far in, so I don't know what happens, so...
Mm-hmm. It's Kirk Buzzer!
Oh, he got pinched, he did. That wrinkly old geezer up at Dreamer's Tower's a right piece of work. Not only did he go and get me banged up, he pinched me precious key and all. Me, the great Kirk Buzzer himself! Me trusty thief key will open up any red door in the world, if only I'd used it to... God, what a plunker I am. I use and all. I'm assuming it's more for repeat playthroughs than anything.
All things said, I do think the text is at least a reasonable speed already.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was like, ultra fast.
Yeah, ultra fast is probably just instant.
Well met, child of Ortega.
Or at least as close to instant as is reasonable.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute, where are you taking me?
A flashback.
We could not locate any of Ortega's belongings.
Oh, hey, that's me.
There's your little bump. You can have your crown back then. Oh, yeah, also, by the way...
And a cape.
And anyone, in case anyone's wondering why so many hero characters and fantasy stuff have a crown like that, you're welcome / we're sorry. This is literally where it's from.
To think something out there is capable of besting a man of his caliber.
My husband thought long and hard before setting off. I'm sure he was at peace when he passed.
Yes, we're all at peace when we fall into a volcano, ma'am. I'm trying really hard, but that is not a fun way to go.
Doubtless your mother has recounted the tale of your father's final moments many times. When he fell into the maw of that accursed volcano, the world lost a great man.
You know,
Hey, how do you know that happened to him?
Yeah, I think they had scouts following him. You know, it's weird that she said that to me as my bedtime stories.
Approve of your wish to
Now
follow
sleep
in his
tight.
footsteps and set forth on the
And
path
stay away
of
from
adventure.
volcanoes, and never throw any
For it is what he would have
earth
wanted.
swords into them.
And only the child of such a hero as he could hope to save our world.
You're putting kind of a lot of weight on my
The foe
shoulders
we
here.
face
Especially
is
for being
dire
16.
indeed, the archfiend Baramos. Many of the peoples of this world do not yet even know his name. And yet, his grip on our realm grows ever tighter. He must be stopped, no matter the cost.
The touch starts playing.
I was thinking, like, what song is it?
It's you got the touch.
You must free us from the archfiend's ever-encroaching tyranny.
Which is usually a bad thing to say afterwards, because that's when
You
Optimus
will only
dies.
meet the same fate as your father.
Well, thanks for the encouragement.
Go and consult with Mistress Patty in town, and use this to outfit the companions she has selected for you.
Oh boy, $50.
And some basic equipment, and puts them in the bag.
Heck yeah.
Allow me to proffer some guidance. You would be wise to seek out the thief's key, an implement that can open a myriad of the world's doors. Obtain it, and your travels will be that bit easier.
I don't like you. Like, I'm sure you're just speaking, like, kind of royally and properly, but I don't like you. I'm just putting that out there.
He's just a guy.
But first, I suggest you heed His Majesty's advice and seek like-minded individuals at Patty's party planning place.
I love that just because I have to imagine the voice actor when like, really? We're calling it Patty's party planning place? That's what the script has been for ages, my dude. Just, you have to read the line.
Like,
Alright, may I suggest you heed His Majesty's advice and seek like-minded individuals at... You can cut that sigh out, right? Yes, we'll cut the sigh out. Patty's party planning place.
like, this guy just feels so pompous. Like that royal kind of better than thou, almost, where it's like he's got his chin up and he's frowning all the time.
Chest down.
Chest out.
Once you have done so, try making your way to Reeve, a quaint village to the northwest of our fair kingdom.
I wouldn't dare go there myself, full of dirty people. What did you
You
give
will
me?
now find Reeve marked on your map.
Oh, thanks.
Locating the rest of the realm's noteworthy areas, however, is a task I believe best left in your capable hands.
Why does that feel like you don't believe I have capable hands?
I mean, your dad did fall into a volcano. I don't know if I trust the kid for the follow-up on that.
I mean, he's always had this air of condescending, but, like, the end of that just kind of felt like it teetered into insulting.
And try not to fuck it up.
You simply need note down anywhere you happen to visit. Be sure to see these places with your own eyes first, though. Otherwise, you'll likely forget to mark them on your map.
Idiot.
Essentially just saying, if
And
you come
remember,
across a new place, try entering
Your
it.
curiosity is an asset most valuable. Lend it an ear at all times, and you will surely benefit. However, remain wary, lest it lead you into trouble on occasion.
Yeah, like if I turned around and tried to explore the town at the start of this instead of coming right in here.
We expect great things of you.
Alright, I'm just a 16-year-old girl. I'm gonna go out and get myself killed.
So, there's a, this actually is a thing in the original game. You had a spell that you could use that you could remember specific dialogue, which is funny because Dragon Quest 3 is when they started adding in battery backup saves in the original Japanese releases, so they could literally remember dialogue in between the saves and everything, which you just did. Probably not purposely. It's the
I was trying to
plus
hit
button.
trying to hit the start button.
Yeah, it's the plus button that recalls stuff. But in the original game,
So is it gonna show it to me, or is it
it's
just going
just
to...
it's text dialogue. It'll go through the
Okay,
whole
so it's just
scene.
it's just a text log then. That's actually
Yeah.
kind of nice. That's
So-
like friggin' visual novel crap.
Yeah. So here's a fun fact for that. In the original version, if you had that spell and you had access to it, I believe it's the NES, it might be the Super NES remake that added it, there is an actual memory already stored in your recall abilities from when
Quit calling me that.
from when you were a baby and you're remembering a conversation between your mom and your dad. And it's just like a little hidden thing. Also, as a small little note, in the original version, like the NES Famicom version, you could pick between a boy or a girl, male, female, whatever you want to say, but the sprite was the same. And the king would still call you the son of Ortega, no matter what you chose. But in remakes, he would still call you the son of Ortega. But if you chose the female character, he would go like, "Oh, my apologies, I completely mistook you as." But who would mistake your you say something like your? It just basically said that you looked very manly, even if you chose the female character. So it's a fun little thing there, but they've changed it to he just acknowledges you as the child of Ortega now. Is that a shaving kit? I think it's a shaving kit. Or an hourglass. Just time yourself. Make sure you get dressed up quickly.
I got 1 minute.
I guess if you're the king, you may want to get up fancy enough. But that's just me. Because you got a day to get to.
Yeah. He's got king stuff to do.
Okay. Now you can explore the town.
Huh.
It's basically telling you, go to Patty's
It's
party
over here.
place. It's right there.
In a minute.
Yeah. Open up your map, please, good sir. Here's
That's
your
map.
here's your comparison between the original NES and this current version.
Oh yeah, and that's still like
Yep, same basic layout.
same basic. Like they moved some things around to make it more readable from a fixed camera angle, but otherwise it's mostly the same.
Yeah, it's basically going to be like your whole thing is like, yeah, it just looks the same. It's just HD-2D or...
Yeah. Hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
Barrels. Tofu, why do you walk along the edge of the road, weaving in and out of all of the pots and plants?
I gotta find shit. Man.
What if there's something in one of these bushes?
That doesn't stop evil. It's like, oh, it's a sunny day. Let's not be evil tonight, guys.
Yeah, good day doesn't stop evil. Oh, I'm back here now.
Oh, I'm back here.
But what if there's stuff in the... Oh, there is! There is stuff in the flower garden! Heck yeah! I'm gonna have so many antidotal herbs, I'm never gonna get poisoned.
So, what does the dote stand for in antidotal? Because, obviously, anti means, like, against, or whatever.
I always assumed... Was that a speak?
Yeah, that's
Or-
a
that
speak.
was I always assumed a dote was kind of like a medication, or like maybe a vial containing a medication or something. Like a flask or a phial or some other word that starts with an F.
Mm.
That was my assumption, though. But maybe it isn't. Maybe it is just like the medication thing. Like, so a dote would be like an actual, like, maybe a container with medication in it. I have heard of Kirk Buzzer. I even talked to him. Steals from people's wardrobes and drawers. That sounds like me.
Oh.
Paragon
It's-
of Truth and Justice who's going to do exactly the same thing.
It's from Latin antidotum, from ancient Greek antidotus, which means antidote or remedy, from antididoum, I give in return, repay, which is a combination of anti, against, and I give.
I take.
That... Against, I give? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, it's the opposite of giving, so they're taking. So
Yeah.
they're taking away the poison.
I know, but you also have to give
or
an
the
antidote.
illness. Yes, but the antidote itself, like you have to give someone the antidote, but the antidote itself is going to be taking the illness.
Yeah, it's just weird because it's like the other Greek word is antididoium.
I thought it said I looked down the well. I didn't think it just dropped me down. Hey, somebody
Oh, yeah.
lives down here. What the crap?
Oh yeah. Go explore. Look at the windows. I wonder what those windows mean.
Stars. Oh, is this a mini metal place?
We'll go in. It's the mini metal place. The mini metal manor. He just lives down here.
Why?
I don't know. I don't think
Why-
he's in the original NES in the well, but in later ones he does.
List of mini metal prizes. Heck yeah.
Oh, you can see what all the stuff you can get.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Oh, there's
That's a lot of mini metals.
Yeah, there's a lot of mini metals. Because the mini metal king starts showing up in 4. And that's why they make the joke about him being a king kind of character. But in 3, it's weird because I think they introduced the mini metals in 3, but they don't have like a mini metal king.
Mini thanks.
Morgan Minimum. Miniman.
I'm gonna smack you in the head for that.
For what?
The mini thanks. Smack. Stop that.
This is a Dragon Quest. Be prepared for the puns.
I have one. I need to count how many there are. Smack. Stop that.
Mini thanks, mini thanks. Smack, smack.
I'm gonna start smacking you with the hard edge of my sword.
It's not mini more. Oh, going back to Art Dink here, real quick. One of the games they worked on during the PlayStation was the PlayStation version of Ogre Battle, The March of Black Queen, and Tactics Ogre Let Us Cling Together.
Yeah, again, a lot of, like, licensed stuff, porting. Like, they would get hired to do work for other people. Oh, they also worked on, what's it called? Like, Mr. Domino.
Oh, you know what? That is another game the Grumps did. That weird, like, you have to set up the dominoes, but you're racing around a track kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, that's the kind of weird crap. Between that and construction equipment fighting game.
Wow,
you can see the kind of weird stuff that they're into.
They worked on Soul Hackers, too. That's a fun one. Wonder Boy, Asha, and the Monster World. Some Sword Art Online games. Basically, he's telling you that people are dropping shit, and you can pick it up, and it's yours. Who cares? Who's gonna stop you? The world?
Sometimes.
Oh, fun fact. I've been watching that official Yu-Gi-Oh! Twitch, and they've been playing the entire... They played through the original series, they played through GX, and they started doing 5Ds recently. And the GX one, the bad guy for the second season, in the... I think it was the speak option.
Yeah.
In the original Japanese version, the voice actor for the character, his name's Sartorius, is the same person who voices Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but they voiced this character before they got chosen for that, and everyone has this irony of, like, this guy has an Arcana-based deck, and his boss monster is the world. And when they brought him back for the Duel Links stuff, I guess somebody got in the booth and just went like, we all know that you're Dio, ham it the hell up. And when he summons the world, he just busts in with the world as hammy as he can get, and it is beautiful.
Heck yeah. I'm gonna be rich before even doing anything.
A Chimera Wing. You can use that to zoom around to locations that you haven't been to yet. I'm just kidding. You have to have been there, and then you can zoom back to them. Yes, I'm afraid to tell you here, you can just zoom around. They've taken out the option of bumping your head in indoor areas.
Well, I'm horribly disappointed. 0 out of 10.
I know. I saw that, and I took a picture of it, and I was tempted to show it to you, but then I was like, he's just going to find out eventually. It'll break his heart, but he has to find out. Which is starting to make that Builders reference where you have to literally fight that one beast that tries to knock you up in the air. And you have to have something above your head so you bonk it like you're being zoomed away. And it's like, how are people going to get a reference that's to zoom? Bonking your head when you're indoors and just cracking your skull open and going, there didn't used to be blood in my hair. Now there is.
Of all the dragon... I'm trying to think if Builders actually stopped you from zooming. If there was a roof over your head.
Maybe. I think the problem is that Builders really didn't give you roof options unless you put them specifically over houses, and even then they kind of had to take them away for you to see into the areas.
Yeah, that's kind of why you didn't put roofs on buildings. It's like, yeah, you could, but you can't see crap. Okay, I think I've seen most everything outside. Now to start going inside!
Oh, they did Fossil Fighters. That's another weird one.
Oh yeah, Fossil Fighters. Because I'm starting on the complete opposite side of the planet.
Yep. Here's the church. Oh, BCV, Battle Construction Vehicles. That's actually based off of a toy line. I remember looking this up later, and it was like, yeah, it's a toy line thing.
And they decided to go that way with it. Yeah, they also did a couple RPGs, weird RPGs.
No one can stop Mr. Domino.
That's the one. Like, mechanically weird RPGs, not so much plot-wise weird RPGs.
They worked on a couple Sword Art Online games.
Yeah, licensed stuff, like I said.
Yeah.
Also a couple, like, underwater game, like swimming around.
They have worked on a series apparently called Eirishidi Eco, which is Take the A Train.
Yeah, the train game. You don't get out of my way, do you? No, he just talks.
I'm assuming I horribly pronounced that, so...
Okay, so I just can't go in there yet, and I'm not going to worry about it.
Man, they worked on that since, like, God, what, the X68000? What computer is that in Japan?
Yeah, that's it's a pretty old one. That's like up there with the PC-98 and whatnot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, it just says X68000. Like, there's one game that they made for that system. It's also for the PC-88 and MSX called How Many Robot? Not How Many Robots, How Many Robot?
How many robot? Sometimes you need to ask how many robot. I feel disappointed that I can interact with something and not get a prize.
Oh, there's a bag on the wall in that room.
I'll get to it. There's 3 barrels there. I should get 3 items.
So yeah, the bag on the walls are gonna trip you up the most, because honestly, sometimes they just blend in for me.
Hmm. I want to read that book. You just left it open. Okay, so I'm not talking to any vendors because I'm not actually interested in doing any business right now.
There's another bag on that wall there. $12 money units.
Don't mind me, just robbing these hotel rooms.
Isn't this what Moon made fun of?
Oh, oh, oh. Moon? Leather at?
It's that, like, anti-RPG for the PlayStation that got a release over here finally. You play as that one kid who falls asleep and ends up dreaming into a fantasy world.
Oh, that game!
Yeah, I think it's called Moon. It's something Moon. And,
Yeah, that's one of the games that,
it's the Toby Fox.
Yeah, Toby Fox cited it as one of the bigger inspirations
for Undertale. Yeah, because, like, the main character, like, the hero character is, like, a Dragon Quest character where they just burst into everyone's room and ransack their shit and then leaves.
Mm-hmm.
They, like, murders any monsters and everything. It's weird. It's weird because it's one of those, like, things where it's like, you're just kind of an asshole in this game, and it's like, the game encourages you to look through stuff. How am I the bad guy when it goes, like, ransack everyone's crap? Because you don't have to. It's like, I don't have to play the game either. A little kid just even told me, like, hey, they left it in there, take it, who cares?
Well, it's one of those fridge thought things of, like, gameplay-wise, you don't think twice about it, it's fine. You don't get punished for it, as far as the game world's concerned, it's fine. But, like, when you stop and, like, think about it, you go, I just kind of stole a bunch of crap out of that guy's house, didn't I?
Oh, here's a fun little fact. In a lot of later Dragon Quest games, the pots, you actually break them to open them up.
Oh.
So in 11, since it's a 3D model thing, you actually pick up the pots and smash them on the ground and everything. And on occasion, there'll be an NPC nearby when you do that, and they'll literally hear you smash the pot and look at you and go like, what are you doing? Why are you smashing my pot? And that's just it. That's just one of those, like, you know, it's funny and everything.
Oh, I'm home.
It's funny and everything, but, like, why do you put that in there if they're not going to get madder at me? Because they don't say anything different once you talk to them.
Oh boy, I'm officially a grown-up. I'm an adult at 16.
Alright, here's your tax sheet.
I mean, I can drive, I guess.
With a
Where
permit.
do I go get a car? No, that's a bag. That's a bag.
I guess Carnage Heart was the thing you might have been thinking of. It's a tactical game series.
I mean, there's a couple of them that they made.
Yeah. Like this one Macross game called Macross My Boyfriend is a Pilot 2012. Included with the movie Macross Do You Remember Love? They did work on a Dragon Ball Z game, Battle of Z. Oh, it's Battle of Gods. Man, that movie is like over 10 years old now.
Really? Battle of the Gods?
Yeah, this is a game from
Jeez.
2013, and there's Goku and Beerus on the cover.
Jeez. I don't like the way time progresses.
Yeah,
I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, Battle Gods is from 2013. World Trigger.
Up.
Wait, World Trigger is a Shonen Jump series? Or was a Shonen Jump series?
Ooh, Dragon Scale.
Yeah, that's an accessory. So you can equip that at any point.
It's pretty well hidden. I couldn't even see that chest.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. Alright, you know what to say when you walk in a Patty's planning place.